Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Hawaiian Kona. Nice. Well, apparently I got demonetized yesterday. Yesterday's video did. It was a little too much for the sensitive ears at YouTube. So I need to either tone down rhetoric or take the Daybreak Show somewhere else. And you need to get on the mailing list. Go to georgebruno.com. There's a landing page, and you will find out where I will eventually go. I need true fans, not peripheral fans, and I need a platform that will honor free speech. If anyone finds yesterday offensive, I don't know what to tell you. In 2009, I wrote a blog called Masculinity Disappeared with the Pipe for townhall.com. The audience loved it. I was the top conservative blogger in Pennsylvania and the top 25 conservative blogger in the United States for many years. They ended up getting rid of that blog, which was kind of disheartening. I don't know why. A lot of stars were being made on that blog back in the late 2000s. The essay, Masculinity Disappeared with the Pipe, that was plagiarized so many times. I can't count how many people were claiming that information as their own work. Blew my mind. So in 2009, that I would say that was probably, I was speaking on masculinity for the past 30 years. I started writing more seriously in the 2000s, and I can't believe how it disappeared. An agenda? I don't know. Tanks rolling through the streets of Paris, France, are not French tanks. Listen, they are EU tanks sent by Germany to silence yellow vests for non-compliance with the globalist agenda. Just think the start of World War II. Iron Curtain-like crap is dropping, and you will never hear this on your news. Well, you've heard about love given sight to the blind. My baby's lovin' caused the sun to shine, 'cause she's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. Stevie Ray Vaughan, 1983. Life is about taking risks. It was risky from the minute you were born. If you think taking risks is too scary, wait till life gives you the bill for not taking risks. Some kids see snow day, and think TV or video game day. But last year, these little guys, and I'm talking either super young teen or pre-teen, I'm talking like 10, 11 years old, 12, came to my door. Listen to this. They said, for $25, we will shovel your driveway, your sidewalks, and as a bonus, we'll clean off your car too. I can guarantee you that they had dads that are in sales. I'm a well-rounded person, she says. My response is, yeah, you look it. Disney spotlights a 12-year-old TG girl in its latest Marvel series. The new Disney Plus streaming service is spotlighting the activism of a 12-year-old TG girl as part of the new Marvel unscripted series, Hero. What are your thoughts on that? Do you interpret Jeremiah 29:11 as the prophet Jeremiah intended it for Israel, historically speaking? Or do you look at that and think, he's making that promise to me? What do you think? Don't adhere to any theology or doctrine that was formulated in the past 150 years. It's useless, impotent, heretical, feel-good, and anthropocentric. That probably wipes out 3/4 of the denominations in the world. And I have absolutely no problem with that. Your faith is ancient, which means that your theology is also ancient. And ancient is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's unchanging. I don't want theology that changes with the tide, with civilization, with the ups and downs of morality and ethics. Not interested in that. You want something solid, sure, and steadfast. 3/4 of ministers today are serving their father, the devil. Truly believe that. Churches are now social service organizations and really have nothing to do with God or Christ. Here's a thread that I did yesterday, and I'll say this again for the red pill idiots who don't understand chain of command and public relations. I am merely an invited speaker at the 21 convention. I have a kingdom. I have followers, people who follow me on social media, and the guy that runs the 21 convention brings together people who have followers. I'm a mere speaker with the 21 convention. I also host a show that you've seen. It's an interview show called the 21 Report, where I have a conversation with all kinds of speakers in a private studio. I serve at the pleasure of the president of the organization, as do other volunteers. There is a clear chain of command, but there's only room for one chief at the top. Sometimes I have to make an independent judgment call, but I'm accountable to all above me for any decisions that I make. I am a volunteer, which means I am a willing participant in an organization that is not mine. I have benefited from this role in terms of social media market value, which I cannot put a price on. And everyone involved in the organization benefits just like that. If I had an organization and I was bringing together men, I would be at the top, and everyone under me would be volunteers. I do not enter someone else's organization and tell them how to run their business, ever. As an elder, just by virtue of age, I'm always available to younger people for counsel or inexperienced people for counsel if requested, but I don't seek to do so. I'm there to serve. If something is wrong or unethical, I may say something, or I might just keep it to myself, but I know my role and its boundaries, and I act accordingly. So the red pill idiots are still talking and being fools, as they usually are, and the perverts that they are. I look at their followers, who are disrespectful, monkey see, monkey do idiots. Now there's a second generation of subs parenting their dom. They amuse themselves regularly in an echo chamber, circle jerk on YouTube. Nothing compelling or edifying or positive. Weak punks that will scatter. And I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad they're out of my life. They're nothing but liars, mockers, and wannabe men. Let's say you eat in a Mexican restaurant and you get sick. You don't feel very good. You have a stomach ache, or you end up with diarrhea. You might say, well, that's a fluke. That's not something that happens often, or it could have just been a one-time event. And then you go back and you get sick again. If you go back a third time, you're the problem. And then you might come to the conclusion, all Mexican restaurants are bad. No, it's just that you chose to go to one where you got sick and you kept going back. So it's your fault. It's your fault. The way that you choose restaurants is faulty. Relationships are the same way. If you have a bad relationship, men, listen to me. If you have a bad relationship, maybe two, are you going to say all women are bad? No. An honest man who's intellectually honest is going to say to himself, maybe my method of choosing women is faulty. Maybe it's not women, maybe it's me. But there's a group of men who call themselves red pill that will say something like all women are like that. That's wrong. Women go through the same thing. Your method of choosing a man, of picking a man, is faulty. It's wrong. You don't know how to pick the right person. Or you allow the wrong people into your life. This is the deception of the red pill. And then they justify it with using fancy words out of evolutionary psych to make it sound scientific. Most of them are atheists. Most are ungodly, perverted, and on a slippery slope to darkness. Say what you want. Now, I'm friends with some people that I don't agree with, but that's where it ends, right there. I don't always dig deep into what a person's beliefs are before I have a beer with them or have a cup of coffee with them or interact with them, but it is limited. But we can get along, and I don't put them down, they don't put me down. The minute they do, they're gone. They're confronted and they're gone. Simple as that. Young ladies, go easy on that plucking and threading your eyebrows. Women from my generation did it excessively, and now they all look like they're going through chemo, and they're having these weird pencil-thin McBrows. Strange looking. Strange. Shave your beard off, buddy. Beards are for closers. You don't deserve a beard. One of the reasons why I had to leave the beard community. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where I can find the beard community? Yes, you go down there about 2 blocks, make a left, and you'll see the beard community. It's because there's so many dicks in it. Whenever there's a community of people, especially men, there's so many, men can be such dicks about things. Pipes, beards, all of which I am part of, but not an extremist. We've got, how come everyone in this beard community, there's like this badass thing. You got these extremes. You got like the glitter beard types, and then you got like the badass guys. Isn't there just anyone normal in the fucking beard community? Is there anyone normal? Please. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, the true home of sanity, clarity, and reason.